Hello everyone, it's Armstrong here from Miniatures, and today I want to convert those three sniper characters. I've been trying to start this project for the last 3 weeks, but I was so bad, badly intimidated by it that I didn't actually progress in the slightest. I really love the miniatures, but for some reasons I just couldn't get out of my head and start building. So today I try to break that. So as I was talking about, my chapter is supposed to be kind of unlucky, so losing limbs and everything. So this is gonna be represented in those miniatures. And one thing that I really dislike about those is that those two snipers are identical. So first thing, I'm gonna have to just chop one up, convert him ever so slightly, and then do some other changes to the other one. And I still have to represent this kind of, like I said, unluckiness of the chapter. And well, that's the basic explanation for me using a lot of bionics and mechanical pieces in them. So for this guy, I'm gonna just get my saw, and I'm gonna cut his knee off, his entire leg off here, and replace it with one of those mechanical limbs that I 3D printed. But first I need to, like I said, cut it off. So let's just try to get the micro saw in the, I don't want to damage the piece. I want to have as much of it left afterwards as I can, because it would be very easy to just cut it with the clippers. But I can use those discarded body parts later on some sort of a, I don't know, base or something. They're gonna look good. Okay. Now that I have this part removed, I need to just marry those two pieces together, and I'm gonna just need to get a little bit of plastic out of here to create a indentation for the mechanical limb to connect nicely. It should work probably without any green stuffing, at least I hope so. And of course, be careful if you are trying to do the same when you're cutting towards yourself, to don't cut your finger. I have quite good scalpel control, but my tongue been cut on very many occasions. I think they can probably do a little bit more here. And just grabbing one of my microfiles. It's the round one, which should nicely fit it. Okay, so cutting part of this conversion is done. At least for this piece. Oh my goodness, where's my Superglue here? So yeah, I just gonna super glue this, because well, resin and plastic don't marry with plastic glue. So I need to help them with super glue. Right, and let's try to assemble this guy. and see if I want to do some more changes to him. So after partially assembling this boy, I noticed that his leg was sitting in somewhat unnatural position. So I need to cut a little bit in here to fit the ball joint of this mechanical leg, and this should help with it. It's again, just slow cutting and hoping that you ain't gonna screw it straight away. And I feel like this is much better. Yep. Somewhat happy with that. So let's just glue this in and hope. Yeah, now he's looking much better. And I was thinking about leaving him in sub-assemblies, but to be completely honest, if I'm gonna be doing that all the time, I'm never gonna finish a single mini. So I'm just gonna be gluing him all together, just leaving a backpack and the head separate. Oh, sorry. Again, I just ran out of the viewport and I broke up the leg again. Gonna have to glue him to the base. This super glue isn't the best quality, but it's the only one I can get on my local gas station, and we are still in lockdown. So yeah, I've been stuck with crappy super glue for a while now. Alright, I'm gonna figure out the positioning of him on this base and be right back. Yep. So after a few minutes of fiddling around, I managed to attach him to this base, and I'm gonna be using a hooded head for him, just a regular one that was in the set, and of course the regular backpack. Like I said, I don't gonna be gluing those two together just for painting purposes. I still have some little plastic tabs to clean. That's gonna be clean later on. And I'm just thinking about maybe adding some small pouch set to him. Although no, I'm gonna leave him as he is with this. I'm gonna maybe throw those pouches on his backpack, because what I'm thinking about is the fact that those guys are fighting in the small corridors and everything, and of course whenever they have the shooting advantage, that's gonna be something that they would take, but they need a extra equipment. They need some sort of grenades, probably hotshot rounds or something like that. To be completely honest, I don't know what's Night Edition have, because I haven't played yet, so yeah. But that's my line of thinking, just something bigger maybe for them to just extra equipment, fighting in the Space Hulk. So yeah, I'm just thinking about attaching this on the bottom of the backpack here, and that's gonna be the end for this one. And I think that using super glue was a mistake, but I already put it on. Okay, so that's my first sniper. Now let's get to the other one. He's just blue tacked together, so I can put him apart. And what I want to do is to replace his shooting arm with a bionic one. So I'm gonna cut it at the cape, and I have 3D printed this bionic arms. I have a couple of them, and I have as well bionic hands. And I just gonna cut everything to size and fit it in here. So again, just disassemble this guy and remove as much blue tack as I can. And next thing is just brute forcing this what I don't want. So in here I'm gonna be cutting the arm away. The only issue is this, that I'm afraid that if I cut it here, the sniper rifle can jump away. So it's gonna need to be slower. Yeah, I think that I almost cut through. And now I need to cut it here and pray to the gods to the god emperor that it's ain't gonna remove the sniper rifle straight away. So after removing his hand and forearm, I found a right 3D printed pieces to replace them, and this is just, you know, probably one of the smallest and most unnecessary conversions ever, but well, that's what I want to do. So now I just need to attach the trigger finger and then decide exactly where to cut this piece and attach it to the arm and just, you know, push it in. So after fiddling with it for a while, I managed to fit the arm into the right spot. There is still a little bit of tension in here, but I think that I can sort it out with a little bit of sanding. Okay, but let's leave this alone. I was just thinking that maybe I can replace the original back leg with the other one of the mechanical prosthesis. So I will try to do that. What I'm gonna have to do is to cut this, reposition the prosthesis to fit more with the line of the how the snipers look like, and get rid of this part completely. So this gonna be just, and probably this piston gonna have to be removed because I can see that there is some what do you call it, space issues. But other than that, it should be quite an easy conversion. So after dry fitting the leg in, I can see that the cape is pushing on it. So it's just twisting in the wrong direction. But after cutting off the knee joint, this is actually connecting brilliantly, like without any issues. So only thing I have to adjust is just to scrape off some plastic from the cape until it's gonna allow me to put everything together, and then probably a little bit from this side, maybe this piston, just ever so slightly, and then just bend it again. So after getting rid of that piston and cutting a cape, the leg is actually fitting much better than I was expecting it, so I don't even have to reposition the foot for it. So now it's just time to try to assemble the guy and see how he looks. So after fighting with this guy for a while, this is how he turned out. I'm gonna be using on him the open hooded sniper head, and in here you can see how the mechanical leg just stick out, and on the inside you cannot really see any issues with it as well. And to finish this guy off, I'm gonna be adding a backpack, and to this backpack I'm gonna be adding a knife from the Blood Angels, knife and grenades from the Blood Angels set. Each, as you know, to show that he was drawn from Blood Angels. And now we get to the sergeant, and to be completely honest, when it comes to this guy, I decided that he looks cool enough that no massive changes are actually needed. I'm just gonna assemble him, and then I'm gonna show you what I want to do with him. So the sergeant, like I said, he looks cool as he is. The only thing I want to do with him is show that he come from a space wolf. So of course I have the backpack, and what I'm gonna do is just attach this knife that comes from Goliath set for Necromunda to the backpack to give him some better close combat options, I guess. And like I said, I want to show that he comes from Space Wolves, so I'm gonna give him this helmet that's gonna be attached on his hip, just in here. Of course I need to trim it and flatten it a little bit so it can fit nicely, but that's where I want to keep it. And the unfortunate part about this mini is that I have to keep it in so many sub-assemblies, because there's gonna be a hell to pay if I glue it together, and then I'm gonna have issues with painting it. So that's how the trio turned out after painting. I'm somewhat satisfied with the paint job. I think that the capes are a bit too colorful. Maybe I will change it in the future. But that's it for today, and if you like this video, please rate, comment and subscribe. and of course have a lovely day.